Okay, for the first one, we're doing a conversion. When you do a conversion, the easiest way is to set a proportion. So if I have 3 teaspoons and 1 tablespoon, we're going to make sure on the other side we put the piece in the right spot. So if teaspoons is on top here and tablespoons is on bottom here, then on this side we have to put the tablespoons on the bottom. This is what we don't know, so that's our x. And then we cross multiply. So if I cross multiply this way, I'm doing 3 times 44. That is my dog making noise right now. Equals 1 times x, which is just x. So 132 is my answer. All right, so the next one is the same setup. We're going to put the 60 teaspoons in the top, though, because teaspoons goes in the top, and our x is going to be in the bottom. So now we cross multiply, and we have 3x is equal to 60. And then divide both sides by 3 to get x is 20. All right, and then for the next one, we'd have 3 over 1. And then tablespoons is in the bottom, so the 9 would go in the bottom. We cross multiply, and we have 27, because we're multiplying this way, and this way is equal to 1x. So 27 is x. All right, so the next section is percents. 23% of 100. So the thing you have to remember about percents is if this is a percent, in order to get it to be a decimal, you have to move the decimal point 2 places. So move the decimal point 2 places. This is the same as 0.23. On your calculator, you can also remember that I divide by 100 to change it to a decimal. No, you can't see that great, but divide by 100 to change it to a decimal if you're not 100% sure about the moving 2 places. Okay, so when you say of a number, you just take that percent and then you multiply it times that number. So this one is super easy. It's just 23. Anytime you're taking a percent of 100, it's just really straightforward. Okay, then we have 4 more practice questions for you to try. So you should try them, pause the video, check your answers, okay? All right, and these should be your final answers. So maybe the trickiest one are these two where you have 3 digits to deal with. You just have to be careful about where to move your decimal place. And like I said, you just divide the number by 100 to get where to move it. All right, the next one is number 2 up here on function notation. Function notation is just when we have this f of x thing. Okay, and f of x is just telling you what the equation is. And whenever they give you the x value, you're plugging it into this side. Okay, you don't even worry about this. This is the same as saying y equals 1 over 6x. So in this problem, we're plugging a 3 in. So we have 1 over 6 times 3. So it's just 1 over 18. Okay, so when it says when x is 3, it just means plug that value in to the right side. Okay, the other way they might ask you to do this is like the next one. When they're giving you a number in the parentheses, it's telling you that's what x equals. Okay, so we ignore this part. We don't need that part. We're just plugging in the -2. We have to follow order of operations. You do your multiplication first. You get -6. -6 minus 7 is -13. So that's A. Okay, so we got a couple more practice questions. Okay, if I were you, I would pause the video, try these, and then come back and check your answers. Okay, to do these questions, it says when x is 15, so we're going to plug 15 into the top. We don't care about this part. So we have 3 times 15 on the top, which is 45, and then 45 divided by 5 is 9. Okay, we're plugging in -6. This means x is -6. So we don't care about this part, and -2 times -6 plus 10. Negative times a negative gives me a positive. My final answer is 22. Right, for the next one, we're using the same problem and we're plugging in an 8. So -2 times 8 plus 10 gives me a -16 plus 10, which gives me a -6. If you are not great with your positive and negatives, use your calculator. Okay, your calculator will do the positive and negative stuff for you. So if you're not good with it, don't try to do it from memory. Use your calculator.